Hello and welcome to Deb's True Crime Notebook. We're back with part 2 of Brian Harshman's testimony as he's being questioned by Brad Rozzi of the defense. We're reading these documents for you so you don't have to. The court. Mr. Rozzi? Mr. Rozzi, thank you. Question. Were you able to watch some of the videos of the inmate companions sitting at his door side? Answer. The videos that I had accessed did not have any inmate companions in them. They were the videos that were used by the personnel during movements. Now, if there was a companion caught in the frame when they were moving him, I would see a companion. I did not have like a hallway view. I had a cell view, and then those views of the moments. So, question. You have no idea what the conversations were between the inmate companions and Mr. Allen, do you? Answer. No, that is correct. Question. So, from the beginning, when Mr. Allen was incarcerated, there was a plan in place to monitor his communications at the prison, right? Answer. Yeah. Question. And that plan involved getting in touch with GTL and getting access to the phone calls, right? Answer. Correct. Question. And making arrangements with the DOC to obtain in-cell video of Mr. Allen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Answer. That was outside of my lane. That wasn't my responsibility, but I did receive those after the fact, yes. Question. That was part of your job, was to review all of that as well. Answer. Yes, but I was not part of the making the contact with the DOC and requesting that, so no. Question. Okay. So some other officer was doing that, but you were getting in the product. Answer. That would be fair. Question. Okay. And that was also involved, did it involve you getting access to his phone calls from the rec phone? Answer. It's my understanding that any call that utilized his doc pin number other than to his legal team or attorneys is recorded on the GTL. That's my understanding. If it's different than that, I don't know. Question. Okay. And do they have a phone that they use to bring on the block, or was like a mobile phone that they would use every couple of times a week? Answer. That who would use? Question. The inmates. Answer. Regular inmates? I don't know what they utilize. Mr. Allen had a tablet that, best I can tell, as long as it's charged, he can make calls anytime he wants to. Question. And you had access to those too? Answer. Those were also recorded on the GTL. Question. What about his digital communications through the tablet? Answer. The text messages? Question. Yeah. Answer. Yes, I have access to those also. Question. Okay, so there's no privacy afforded to him in any respect when he was in that cell in terms of his communication with the outside world, was there? Answer. And when he makes the call out, he's notified of that. Everything is monitored and recorded before he makes the call. And even folks that, like Mrs. Allen and his mother, are also notified on the recording that, hey, you're receiving a call from a correctional facility and it says Ricky, and it says these calls are subject to monitoring and recording, and then the call's connected. Question. Do you agree with me that there's no privacy afforded to him with regard to any of those calls because you knew everything he was saying basically the minute he said it, correct? Answer. I do not monitor in real time. It would have been after their call's completed. Question. Okay. Answer. Then I get notified. Question. But no privacy was there? Answer. That's fair. Okay. And in fact, that would be the only way for Rick Allen to talk to his family about the circumstances surrounding his case, wouldn't it? Answer. Or through the attorneys. Question. Well, but to talk to them directly about his case, he'd have to do it on the phone, right? Answer. That's correct. Question. The most important thing in his life, right? He's incarcerated, facing accusations like these, right? Answer. Yeah, he did talk about the case to his family, so... Question. And he's not even able to do that without the police listening to that, is he? Answer. No. Question. So there was a pretty involved process to make sure that all this information funneled to you pretty quickly, wasn't there? Answer: I don't think quickly would be a fair statement because nothing seems to funnel to me quickly. But yes, I do receive the information. Question: well, you just said a little while ago you were getting text message notices. Answer: well, yes, I do get that. Question: when he made... Answer: I'm talking about everything as a whole, videos, etc. So if you're talking about calls, yes, I'm notified of the calls after he's completed a call. Question: you ever monitored another offender at the DOC like this? Answer: yes, I have over the years, several. Question: okay, anybody that's been detained in DOC awaiting trial for something they haven't been convicted of? Answer: no. Question: this is the first time you've ever been in a situation where you were surveilling someone in Rick Allen's circumstances? Answer: the only difference is because of the DOC. I mean, the county jails, yes, I monitor a county jail, somebody who's waiting. Question: all right. Answer: awaiting trial. Question: and you've never dealt with anybody at the WCU, have you? Answer: inmate-wise? Question: yeah, the maximum security unit within Westville. Answer: no, not an inmate, no. So when you're watching these videos of him in his cell, you're seeing everything that he's doing, aren't you? Answer: correct. If he goes to the bathroom, you get to watch, don't you? Answer: not exactly what I want to do all day, but yes, I do see it. Question: I understand that, but that's just the reality of the environment he's living in, right? Answer: yes. Question: the DOC officers, from a professionalism standpoint, have been over the top, you said. Answer: that's my opinion, yes. Question: okay, you see the videos of the DOC officers with the Odin patches on their chest? Answer: I have not seen any Odin patches on anybody's chest. Question: and did you see the video? Strike that. Are you aware that there were officers up there with patches on their chest that said, I hate people? Answer: no, I haven't been aware of those patches, no. Question: okay, did you see the video of him being transported in to get a haircut where the DOC officer realized that he had something on his chest and he ripped it off his chest, a patch? Answer: I remember a couple of times for a haircut, I believe. I do not remember somebody ripping a patch off, no. Question: okay, did anybody amongst the law enforcement communicate any of that to you? Answer: at one point, obviously, there was talk about somebody having patches at some point. Again, outside my lane, so it wasn't anything I was involved in, so I don't... Question: well, you interviewed a bunch of guards, right? Answer: yes, and as far as I know, none of them were involved in any of the patches. Question: did you ask them? Answer: yes. Question: okay, so they all denied it, the ones you interviewed? Answer: yeah, they denied it. Question: not one of the guards that you interviewed mentioned that they had anything to do with these patches or Odinism associated with that? Answer: correct, none of them mentioned it. Question: you think there's anything unusual about an inmate that's in confinement turning to God as a way to deal with the circumstances of that confinement? Answer: no, I would imagine that the stresses associated with that confinement would lead people probably to try to, find God. Question: well, one of the only things that Rick had in his cell was a Bible, right? Answer: I would say that's fair. I think he's got some magazines and some other stuff, but... Question: yeah. Answer: yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of stuff in his cell. Question: and then when they put him on close supervision, they even take his blanket from him, don't they? Answer: I would say that there's a reason for that. Question: yeah, the answer is yes, right? Answer: the answer is yes, they take his blanket. Question: so they strip him down the bare essentials, right? Answer: that's outside my lane. That's how, those are decisions that I don't make. But yes, he would have less stuff in his cell, I guess. Yes. Question: right. Which you would be seeing on the video. There's really nothing in there. Answer: no, there's not a lot in there. Question: yeah, and he also, for long periods of time, had to wear a kimono, didn't he? Answer: they call it a suicide smock, but yes, I did see those. Question: you acknowledge that he has said things to officers and companions about this offense that are inconsistent with what happened at the crime scene. Answer, I did not say that, I don't believe. Question, okay, you ever hear him say he shot the two girls? Answer, that he shot them? Question, yeah, in the back. Answer, I don't know that I heard him say that. I don't understand. I understand what you're talking about, and I don't know. I don't think there's something that I heard him say. I don't know if that came out of an interview from somebody or not. I would have to check and see. Question, that answer, I just don't know. Question, sounds like something you've heard during the course of the investigation, right? Answer, I've heard that somewhere, but question, and that he molested them, right? Answer, that I don't know, sorry. Question, do you agree that a lot of things that he said occurred, almost all of them within that? I think you said April or said maybe into early July, right? Answer, the abundance, yes. Question, and the majority of those statements are what I would consider, I'm going to use the phrase generic, where he's just saying, I killed Abby Williams and Libby German, or I killed those girls, right? Ms. Diener, I object to the form of question. Mr. Rozzi, it's cross-examination. The court overruled. Mr. Rozzi, thank you. Answer, yes, there are those statements along with others, yes. Question, did you hear him early on in his period of incarceration from December of or November 2022 through March of 2023 professing his innocence? Answer, yes, he has professed his innocence. Question, and did you hear him doing it again in July, August, September, October, the end of his stay? Answer, the end of his stay at Westville? Question, well, the last, let's just say 5-6 months where he was there. Answer, it would vary. There would be times that there are times where he professes his innocence, and then he'll follow it up with I don't know how to explain it, but it's not a direct confession. But it'll be, something along the lines of an excuse why he said what he said, so he will go back to it. But yes, he confessed his guilt and he tried to confess his innocence. Question, and what is it accurate to say that one of the contexts in which these confessions came up is him referring back to what he told prison staff in April, May, and June? Like, does that come up often? Answer, that he talks about, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? Question, yeah, like he might say, well, they said I confessed, like he might make a reference like that in a phone call. Is that something you've heard fairly routinely? Answer, yes, but I don't consider that a confession. Question, right, but he's referencing these statements that occurred in April, May, and June, right? Answer, correct. Question, and that is part of the discussion even into the more recent past, right? Past phone calls. Answer, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I got so. Question, so he's saying he said those things more recently in phone calls, right? Answer, yes. Question, even since he's been at Wabash Valley? Answer, he says that he goes back and talks about the time he made the confessions now. Question, right. He's making references about the past and using the word confessed or confession, right? Answer, well, he'll say, well, they say I confessed, If I confess, then convict me and send me to jail so we can get this over with. He'll attribute things like that. He'll say, if I confess, then whatever. They say, I confessed, whatever. Question, okay. Answer, so that's kind of how he reverts back, I guess, if that answers your question. Question, thank you. November 2022, you told Mrs. Diener that he was suggesting to, I think it was Kathy, that if you want me to just do an interview with the police, I'll do that. Answer, yeah. He was fine with that, right? Answer, yes. He made the statement, if this gets to be too much, go to the investigators and tell them. I'll tell them. I'll talk to them and I'll tell them everything they want to know. Question, okay, answer, and that was it? Question, kind of talking a chivalrous approach to his wife to this? I'll answer, he what? Question, he was talking a chivalrous approach to his wife with this situation, right? Answer, I mean, that's a good assumption. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what his motivation was, but yeah, I would think that would be chivalrous on his end if that was the purpose, I suppose. Question. And you don't have any training in the field of psychiatry, right? Answer. I do not. Question. So you don't have any opinion about the impact that this long-term solitary confinement would have on his mental state, do you? Answer. No, not based on an educated or a degree, no. Mr. Rozzi, I don't have any further questions. The court. Ms. Diener? Ms. Diener, no other questions. The court. All right. Thank you, Detective. You may step down. And this concludes the testimony of Detective Brian Harshman, given at a hearing on motion to suppress conducted July 31st, 2024 in this cause. Thanks for watching and listening to the conclusion of Brian Harshman's testimony. We'll be back with more from the transcripts. We'll see you next time on Deb's True Crime Notebook. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications, share this video with a friend and in your groups, and leave us a comment. I just love hearing what you have to say.